Yo YouTube everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I have 10 tips for you guys to improve in Modern Warfare 3. Let's get right into it. In at number 1, it's going to be centering, okay? I speak about this in most of my videos when I'm giving you guys tutorials, and let's go through a short kind of demonstration of what centering is and why it's so important. So centering is essentially using this middle crosshair here. What you want to do is basically go around the map, and wherever you expect the opponent to be, you want to essentially put the crosshair there. Basically, you're doing the work before you get into a gunfight. So let's say, for example, there's an enemy coming out this corner. If I expect him to be there, right? A good centering will be kind of like this. So I go around the corner expecting him to be there. However, with the opponent coming around the corner here, this is bad centering, because I have to look up. So you see, if you automatically aim on the floor, what happens is as you're running, right, a lot of people's aim is like this. So as you're running, if we spot the opponent on the right, I have to straight away look up. And what ends up happening is it takes you an extra second or two to basically get into the gunfight. So you want to try to avoid that at all costs, okay? So what you want to do is go around the map and try to predict where the opponent's going to be. So you go around and you essentially think, right, if my opponent's going to be in front of me out this door, let's go through, let's kind of pre-aim the door, and there you go, you take him out. And a good way you can practice this is probably just by playing either just online public matches, just really trying to work on your centering, or I like to shoot bots before I play, just warm up a little bit, and it's a great way to work on your centering. Let's go through some clips and see how it looks in game. As you can see from the gameplay, every time we go around the corner, right, I'm making sure my crosshair is lined up with basically the chest of the opponents. So what I want to do is I want to get those easy headshots for that maximum damage. So what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to leave my crosshair where I expect them to be and where I expect the chest to be. And as you can see, every time we see an opponent, it's very, very easy to kind of get those kills, and it looks a lot more easier than kind of having our aim all over the place. That's because of good centering. Now that we've gone through centering, let's go through a few more kind of movement mechanics that can help you actually win more gunfights. So one thing you want to do is you want to start to use a jump shot and the drop shot mechanic, okay? So there's two things we can go through here, and then we'll go through some gameplay. Let's start off with the jump shot. So there's a few different ways you can do it. Now, if you have a scuff, I highly recommend playing on tactical and essentially just going around the map and just practicing by simply pressing your left stick or wherever you use to jump, okay? If you, again, go to private game like I'm doing now, play some bots, and all you want to do is go around corners like this, jump around the corner, and just get really comfortable with shooting the opponents while jumping. Now, the reason why the jump shot is so effective is because what happens is if we see the opponent here, right? If we're to jump, well, obviously that didn't count right there, but if we stand here, okay, let's say the opponent's in front of me. If I was to jump like this, what happens is as the opponent is shooting me, automatically he's probably aimed at around my chest. If I'm jumping, I'm making it a lot harder for him to hit headshots, and we all know how strong headshots are in this game. Now, the other side of it, which is also the benefit, is if you jump, you're more likely to get headshots yourself. So let's kind of find a gunfight here with one of these bots and show you what I mean. So right here, if I kill this bot, as I go around, if I jump, you see right there, I'm naturally aiming my crosshair higher. Without even realizing, you're naturally going higher and you're able to get headshots a lot easier. So one kind of method is you making them get less headshots, and number two is that you're actually getting more headshots. So the way you can practice again is going around corners, just really trying to practice the jump shot, and it's a great way to winning more gunfights. Now, I know some of you guys might not have scuff or might not play claw, so let's go through some settings that can help you out. So I don't personally do this because I play scuff, but what you can do is, I believe if you go on stick and move, okay? With stick and move, what happens is you end up using the right analog stick to jump. So right now you see it's not going to look very natural because I don't use this too often, but as you go around the corner, I'm able to jump around the corner, and this is completely normal right now. I'm playing without getting my hands off the right analog stick, and what happens is, again, it's very unnatural right now because I'm trying to do it for the first time, but what happens is as you go around corner, okay, you can jump without taking your right hand, your right thumb off the right analog stick. So I know a lot of people play normally. The reason I know this is because I used to do this for many years. I would just play normally and I would struggle to jump shot. So this is the best way to jump shot in my opinion. If you don't have a scuff, play stick and move, and what you could do is as you're jumping around the corner, you press your right hand on your right thumb on the right analog stick, and it allows you to basically keep your right hand there, so when you're aiming it doesn't get all shaky. So that's my best technique for that. And then let's go straight into the drop shots. So drop shots the other side of the jump shot, okay? So sometimes you want to jump shot, sometimes you want to drop shot. Now drop shots have a different effect. The reason why I think they're so powerful is, one, because you can catch people off guard, especially going around corner, right? You can kind of sneak a corner like this, you can kind of drop shot. It's just a great way to winning gunfights. And the other reason is just because sometimes people find it very difficult because naturally you're always kind of accustomed to shooting higher, right? Like I'm saying in the tutorial, you want to go through, you want to see somebody, you want to naturally go for their head. So if somebody drop shots, sometimes it's very unnatural because you actually have to aim lower, and you can definitely catch people off guard. Like right here, you go around the corner, there you go, nice little drop shot. You see somebody, especially if somebody's about to push you, can go on the floor, and like this, you see, go through, a nice little kill there. Again, these are bots, but you can see it's just a really good way of kind of getting your mechanics up, and a very, very useful tool to have in your back pocket. So make sure to use the jump shot and the drop shot to your advantage. So now we've gone through some basic movement. Let's go through some more advanced movement, okay? This is going to be movement to camera your opponents. Now, for these examples, I'm just going to show you some real life examples in real games, but let's kind of go through it against bots just to show you what I mean. So as you're going around a corner, what you want to do is you want to camera your opponent, right? What cameraing is essentially, as I jump around this corner like this, you can see I want him to kill me, so you can see the kill cam. So if we watch the kill cam here, let's pay attention. So look at this screen here. As I jump around the corner, can you see I was essentially already shooting him? So it's very difficult. If that was a real gunfight and I was really like trying to kill him, if I'm jumping around the corner and shooting like this, what happens is on your screen, you get that millisecond advantage, right? It's known as peeker's advantage. And what happens is you can essentially see your opponent and get the shot off just before they do. So this is what all pros do in every single game. So as you see, they jump around the corner like that. You're able to get really nice first shots off. And again, let's go through some real life examples to show you how it looks in game. But if you want to get better, I highly recommend doing this. Cameraing your opponents is one of those mechanics that if you can really master, it will definitely help your gameplay, and overall just a really good way of getting that advantage in the gunfights, as you're seeing from the clips here. There's so many ways you can camera people. You can slide around corners, you can jump around corners, you can literally do everything. Now we kind of went through the basic jump, but we're going to go back a little bit. I know the order's a bit weird, but for the next tip is going to be the short jump and the long jump. All right, these are two jumping mechanics that if you use, I promise you it will change everything. So this is something I found out last year. Now the way I found it is I was watching a BZ and I was very interested how he wins gunfights. So one thing I realized is he likes to do the short jump. So if I stand here and show you guys what I'm talking about, there's two types of jump, okay? So one, obviously you can jump like this. This is just a standard jump, but I'm talking about jumping with momentum. So let's take out this bot here. So let's say I want to jump out this window, right? Actually, let's go to this window because it's got a bit more space. This is a long jump. So this is the long jump. You see I'm landing here from here. So you can see like I'm doing a bit of a long jump. You strafe, you run, and you try to get some momentum. So let's say an opponent was standing here. Maybe I'll go around, maybe I'll do a long jump, okay? It's a great way. Look, there's an opponent here so we can show you what I mean. So like there's an opponent on my left, so we go around. You see right there, you see that long jump? It's a nice way of kind of cameraing your opponents, as we mentioned, going around, just a really good way of jumping around the corner. The only time this doesn't really work is against opponents that are pre-aiming you. So if they're at a distance, it's a bit difficult, because let me try to explain carefully. So let's say the opponent is standing by that dustbin there, right? If I go and long jump like this, by the time I land like my feet here, he's able to actually see me. So it's a bit of a problem. So as I jump in like this, I can shoot him, but if he's got a good shot and he's pre-aiming this door, he might be able to kill me. So what you want to do instead is try the short jump. So what the short jump is essentially you jump around the corner like this. So let's try wait for an opponent. So you jump around the corner, but you kind of shoot like just before you get there. So it's kind of like you're technically like pre-firing like that. Like that was a great kill right there. And what happens is you're able to see the opponent. So let's say we're going through, okay? Let's say there's an opponent right there. You know, he's standing right there. I see him. Cool. What we're going to do, we're going to short jump like this. So again, sometimes you got to time it right. I'll do this. And what happens is as you land, you want to kind of be shooting. That is a perfect way to do it. And what happens is you get such great momentum by your feet and you end up shooting them before they even see you. So it's very similar to that kind of sliding and just cameraing your opponents normally. But with the short jump, you're able to jump around corners and you're able to finesse. Now there's a time and place for the short jump and there's a time and place for the long jump. If somebody's close by, if somebody's by the door, what you want to do is you want to do the long jump because you want to jump over their aim and you want to be able to camera them. So let's kind of die here and go through. Again, we'll show you some gameplay as well, but this is what you kind of want to do. You want to, I can show you some gameplay for this one instead actually. So yeah, for the short jump, sorry, for the long jump, what you want to do is if somebody's close by or somebody's, you could do it from people far away as well, but they have to be off guard. So if somebody's not looking at you and you think you can catch them off guard, go around the corner and do the long jump, use your momentum to your advantage as you're seeing in the clips here, and you're able to get so many easy kills. So that is a great way to use a short jump and the long jump. While we're still on movement, let's go through the sliding mechanics. So this year, sliding is once again very, very important. Slide cancelling is back, and it's probably the most important mechanic in the game. So let's go through how to slide cancel, when to use it, and why it's so important. So if you just wondering, you know, what the changes were from last year, Modern Warfare 2019 and Vanguard both had slide cancelling. However, last year they got rid of it, and it was a huge mistake, and movement was massively nerfed. But now it's back again. We need to learn the mechanics. So what you want to do is, well, you normally run like this. And if you have tack spin, you run like this. So these are your kind of standard stuff. However, you want to be able to like finesse around the map here. You want to be able to slide. The reason why sliding is so good, there's so many reasons. One is, for example, let's just say there's a person on my left corner here, okay? One way I can camera them is I can jump around the corner like we said, but if somebody's in a close corner, the best way to camera them is just to slide across and hip fire. You see it's a lot smoother, right? So you see, again, we'll show you some clips, but if somebody's around the corner, the best way you could play is just to go around the corner and just try to like hip fire them, try to slide around the corner, and as you're sliding across on your screen, you get there a second before they see you, and you're able to get some really nice and really easy kills. So I highly recommend you guys, if you can, try to slide to camera opponents. The next reason people slide is just for movement. So you want to slide around the corners like this, but you don't want to just do a full slide like this. You don't want to just do a full slide, okay? What you want to do is you want to cancel your slide, because what happens is when you cancel your slide, you're able to get back up again, and you're able to push through, and you're able to basically reset your attack sprint. Kind of, they're kind of fixing that, but as of this current patch, you can kind of reset your attack sprint, and it's a great way of just moving around the map. So all pros, all they do is slide cancel around the map. It's a great way of moving, and yeah, let's kind of show you how to slide cancel and why it's so important. So the way you want to slide, oh, almost died to a bot there. The way you want to slide cancel is you want to slide and then slide again. So you want to slide again, and then on your second slide you want to press jump. So this is what you do. You want to slide jump, slide jump. You can do slide aim jump like that. You can, there's so many variations, but I like to do slide jump. So this is what you can do. You can just do slide jump like that. I know it's a bit confusing, but I'm trying to show you guys properly. So let me go back here. So one way you could do it is you could just do, look, slide and then jump. This is how it looks. So if you just slide and jump. So if you guys, you don't want to practice, you can just go around like this, slide and jump. And then what you want to do, you're going to realize naturally you end up aiming in, right? You end up aiming in because that's when you see the opponent. So instead of waiting for that natural aim in, you might as well make it a habit. So what you want to do is you want to slide, jump, and aim. So this time I'm going around this corner, I could do this. And do you see how clean that was? I want him to kill me. Come on, Dudley. Anytime now. So look at this. Okay, look how this looked on his screen. On my screen, it looked okay, but look how insane I look on his screen. So you can see Dudley drawing circles around me. So that looked okay. It didn't look as insane as I thought, right? It's because it wasn't a proper slide cancel. So what you want to do is you want to slide, then jump. So you want to go through, you want to slide, then jump. So if I go around this corner, slide, jump. Come on, kill me, bro. I'm trying to show a tutorial to YouTube here. Please, come on, bro. Please, thank you. So right there, we were sliding, then jumping. Let's see how it looks on the opponent's screen. There you go. That's how crazy it looks. Look at that. Obviously, you didn't see too much, but you can see, again, I'll show you some gameplay. But on your screen, it doesn't look too insane. But on the enemy's POV, what happens is as you slide across, you end up stopping like mid-momentum, and you just stand still. So it really messes up their aim assist, and it really kind of makes it hard for them to kill you. And it's one of the best mechanics in the game. If you're not using it, it's definitely going to cost you. It's very easy to learn. If you have any questions, make sure to ask me in the comments. I'll try to help you master it. But honestly, I highly recommend practicing this mechanic. It will help your movement so much. So there you go. There's a slide cancelling, and we kind of touched on it briefly, but the main point of this section here was to talk about how to get kills when sliding. I completely forgot about the slide cancel, so I thought I'd mention it. But the main kind of point I wanted to say is sliding in this game is so important to get kills, right? So what you want to do is you want to use it similar to the long jump. So let me show you against these bots here, and we'll show you some real gameplay. If you're going around a corner, right? So let's say I know this guy's here. I can slide and then go through. I can slide and then slide cancel, get some shots off. But another way you can do it is, I personally prefer, if someone's here like this, I slide like that. I like to slide past them. I like to hip fire. I like to do so many different kind of mixy mechanics, but it's a great way of going through. There you go. We slide again. We spot him coming around my right. We slide again. We go past him. So it's all about sliding past the opponent to get the momentum off. So it's a great way of kind of playing, and it's just a really easy way to camera your opponents. Kind of like we were saying last time, they kind of go hand in hand. So make sure you guys are sliding, because if you're not, you are trolling and you will be behind in the meta. So now we've gone through movement mechanics, it's time to really improve your shot. Let's go through how to control your recoil and really get your shot up to the pro level. Well, I say pro level, but maybe not quite that good, but hopefully one day we'll get there. So what you want to do, okay, start off by controlling your recoil. So I want to use the AR here, and for anyone that doesn't know what recoil is if I shoot straight like this without controlling anything, this is the natural recoil pattern. So you can see the gun moves quite a lot up, okay, but that's without controlling anything. So what you want to do is you want to basically go against the recoil. So if I shoot here, you can see the gun is going, it's going up, but it's quite predictable. The pattern isn't all over the place, and it looks okay to control. So what I'm going to do now is, because it's only going up, I'm going to use my right analog stick here, and with my right analog stick, I'm going to basically move it down. So look at this now. Look at the difference. You see the difference? It's basically not moving. It's very, you know, center compared to the other one. So all you want to do is, as you go through, if you're going to shoot some bots, instead of shooting like this without controlling anything, this is what a lot of people do. So you can see I'm getting some kills, but it's very weird, it's very inconsistent, and obviously the dummies aren't moving. But what you want to do is you want to try to shoot people while controlling your recoil. So as you go around, if you want to practice here, practice against bots, whatever you want to do, is you want to hold right down on your analog stick and just make sure your gun doesn't move. That's how you can control your recoil the easiest way. Some people really overcomplicate it. All it is going against the grain of the recoil. Okay, so the recoil goes up and just basically up. So what you want to do with your right analog stick is, as you're shooting, just slightly go down. Like, I'm not doing anything crazy, I'm literally just going slightly down. That's it. Now that's the basics of recoil. And if you are a controller player, let's go through a bit of aim assist and how you can use it to your advantage. So one thing I'm doing now is, I'm not sure if you can see the stickiness, but it's a bit difficult to tell against a bot, but I'm not actually moving my right stick. I'm actually just strafing right now. And I'm not sure if you can tell, but I can feel a lot of aim assist right now. It's actually crazy. So my center aim is sticking towards the middle dummy without me really doing anything. And this is aim assist. So the way you can get aim assist is by strafing. When you strafe, you get a lot of aim assist. This is called rotational aim assist, okay? So you want to make sure, if you're in a gunfight, you're strafing. So now what we're going to do is we're going to strafe and we're going to try what we did earlier. And you can see instantly, just with those little tips, we look like a completely different player. We've gone from looking okay, from just shooting, to now we're strafing, to now we're controlling recoil, and it's a lot easier. So if you can just do that, you'll be good to go. But let's take it to another level. So one other thing I like to do is I like to get that initial ADS aim assist as well. It's a bit weird. I don't know if it's exactly aim assist or what it is, but you get a little bit of a little snap one. So I think there's aim assist here as well. So if you can like single tap and single aim like this, you actually get a bit of like an extra aim assist boost, I feel. I don't know if that's true. I know the rotational aim assist is definitely true, but this is another thing that a lot of people do. They like to like single snap on people, but that's just a bonus tip. Now the main thing I wanted to show you guys is the single tap fire. This is my favorite way of shooting, and you're going to see in some clips in a second, but let's go through what it is and why it's so important. So what you want to do is, let's see how many bullets it takes to kill this bot. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's 3 bullets. So let's go through it normally and see what we would do. So let's say we normally shoot this bot, so we'll do like that, we'll shoot like that, we'll shoot like that, and you can see at the range I missed a few bullets. Okay, obviously it was a little bit difficult in terms of the last range, but if we go through and our shot's looking okay, it looks good. But what we want to do is we want to get more consistent at that long range. Again, you see we missed a few bullets there, so we want to get more consistent. So what I like to do is something called the dashy single shot. That's what I like to call it. Is I like to just shoot 3 at a time. If you can just shoot 3 bullets at a time, what happens is, here, look at this. This is normal. It's great, right? Your gun's not really moving, but this is shooting 3 at a time. It's even more center. Like, it doesn't move at all, and I'm not really controlling the recoil. So what happens is, if you shoot and you let go, your gun goes to the center. So you need to try this. It's so broken. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around. I just shoot just enough bullets and I strafe. So if I shoot 3 bullets and I strafe, that's it. I just stop shooting for 1 second and I let my gun recenter itself. It's like a little cheat code, right? It's like your gun's essentially recentering itself. It's getting back to its original recoil. So all you have to do is put very minimal effort into controlling the recoil, and it's so good at long range, medium range gunfights. Let me show you some clips now and show you exactly how to use it. So as I mentioned, this is literally my favorite kind of mechanic to shoot opponents with, especially in that 1v1 gunfights like this. You can see it's so smooth, so simple. Like, actually, I have no right to be winning this one, to be honest. With a submachine gun, we go through, great win against some decent players. Here you go in a public match. It's just a really good way to get those medium and long shots underway. By now, your shot should be a lot better than before, and you guys are probably thinking, what else is there to improve? Well, let's go through another mechanic that is incredibly broken, and that is going to be snaking. So what is snaking? Why is it important? How should we use it? What snaking essentially is, it's not a good example here because there's no barriers, but I'll show you some in-game examples. Is, let's say this was a wall here. Okay, it kind of is, but let's say this was covered. What you want to do is you want to use this bit as cover, right? If I'm standing like this, you can see from like my chest area, from like the middle of my body, my stomach, you can see that the rest of my body is showing. That's not great. You can see a lot of my body. So what you want to do is you want to basically be in cover. Pretend this is a wall here, okay? I know it's hard to imagine. Pretend this is a wall here. Now, you want to be in cover, but you want to still be able to see this guy. So what you essentially want to do is you want to go up and you want to shoot this and then come back down. So you want to shoot this and come back down. It's kind of like that. So you want to kind of basically use the cover in front of you and use it to get more kills. But the way you really want to do it is you want to do it fast, okay? So what pros do, there's 2 ways. One is to prone, go forward, shoot, prone, go forward, shoot, prone, like that. So that's kind of one way. You want to prone, go run forward, back off, prone, run forward, back off, prone, run, and you can see it's really fast. But one thing is you don't want to just go up and down because you're very predictable then. The opponent can see your head just sticking up from here, so they'll be able to shoot you. So you actually want to go left and right. You want to do like this, and this is what MC does. Selim does the best in the game, in my opinion. He's just so consistent with it. I know it's, you know, some people don't do it as well, but he's just very good at it. And you can see you're snaking like this, you're snaking, but you still got to make sure you're hitting your shots. You can't, there's no point snaking without shooting. So you want to snake, you want to snake, you want to snake, but then make sure you're hitting your shots as well. And that's exactly how you do it. With the crouch side, it's like this. So with the crouch, where you can kind of crouch and go up and down, and it's the same thing. I just personally prefer the prone one. I don't know why, maybe I'm just more used to it, but yeah, that's kind of snaking. Let's go through some gameplay clips and show you exactly why the pros use it. This is one of those mechanics which is so annoying to go up against. Now, I don't personally like it in the game, but while it is in the game, we might as well use it until it's gone. And we go through and look at this on terminal, right? We spot the opponent in front of us. Instead of just standing out in the open, we're going to go through, we're going to start to snake it. And this is going to, one, give us information, and two, allow us to go through it, really control the gunfight, which I love doing. Controlling the gunfight allows it, basically makes it so much easier to get the kill and get those high kill streaks and score streaks. We go through another kill there. Look at this. We get the pistol out. We're going to carry on snaking, and that's exactly what you need to do. The next tip I have for you guys is using your equipment properly. Okay, make sure that every single life you're using your equipment. Now, if this is public matches or competitive, whatever it is, try to utilize your equipment. You want to make sure you're using your stun grenades and your frag grenades as well as possible. Okay, there's two ways to use them. One is to get kills, two is to get information. So the first way is pretty simple. If you spot an opponent or you think they're going to be somewhere, make sure to use your combination of your stun grenades and your frag grenades or your semtexes and really utilize your equipment. Okay, take out enemies. You can also take out certain areas, certain hard points, certain flags, places where you expect opponents to be in large areas, and it's such a good way of racking up an extra 10 kills a game without really doing too much more. So if you're struggling with kills or whatever it may be, you want to just get more involved in the match, make sure you're using your equipment. There's so many people I've been coaching that haven't even used their equipment when they're playing, and I say, look, start using your equipment and you can see the results instantly. Okay, that's an extra 5 to 10 kills a match no matter what. The next way you want to use your equipment is for information. So let's say you're sitting in a certain corridor or a certain room, and there might be two ways to watch. Okay, you might be struggling, how do I watch both at once? Well, use your equipment as essentially like a UAV. So what you want to do is, say you're watching one door and you see somebody, and you know somebody might come through the other door, chuck a stun grenade in the other door, chuck a grenade in there, and for the next 3 to 5 seconds, at least you know that door is covered. If an opponent pushes through, then they're gonna get hit by your equipment. That allows you to watch the other door, and technically for about 5 seconds you have two doors covered, and it's just a great way to once again rack up more information and rack up more kills. So make sure you guys are using your equipment to improve in Modern Warfare 3. Similar to equipment, it's going to be using natural cover. That's the next tip, and this one's is very, very difficult to kind of explain because each map has its own area. But once you get familiar with the maps, okay, you want to start to use the map's natural cover to its advantage. You want to use the natural areas along the map to basically allow you to get more kills, get more positioning, and use the natural head glitches, use the natural power spots, use the natural jump spots. All these different mechanics in the game are all a skill gap, and if you can learn the map, which by now we should be able to, because they're all old maps, so we know all the jump spots, all that good stuff. You should be in a good spot, right, where you can flank opponents, you can, you know, sit on the best head glitches, you can get to the best power positions, you can sit in scenarios where you won't get flanked. All these things come under power positions and just generally allow you to get way more kills. If you're going for camos, you know, you need so many kills. These are all good ways to improve your gameplay, and make sure you guys utilize them. Okay, so using natural cover is definitely another tip to help you guys improve in Modern Warfare 3. We're going to go to the last one, and that is going to be map awareness. Now, this is actually the same as using your natural cover, so I'm going to kind of put them together, and then we'll go through one more tip. So I think this is number 9, whatever, either way, this is going to be with using your natural cover. Okay, it's going to be map awareness. What you want to do is you want to use the minimap to your advantage. How can you use the minimap to find more kills? Now, last year this wasn't as valuable because there was no red dots, but now we have red dots. Your minimap is a constant tool. I'm not talking about just with UAVs, just generally. Okay, you want to use your minimap like a compass to constantly monitor where your teammates are, where your opponents are, and more importantly, where the gaps are. If you can look at your minimap constantly, what that does is it paints a picture in your head. I might do a separate video. Let me know down in the comments if you want me to go through a separate video purely based on how to read the minimap and how to know where opponents are spawning and stuff. But for now, the main kind of thing I want you to concentrate on is guys, looking at the minimap, looking where the saturation of players are, okay? Where do all the players look like they're heading, and try to work around it. If you're a submachine gun player and you see loads of players on the left-hand side, maybe get more involved. Start going towards that side, start going, and then this is again where you use your natural cover. Start going through certain routes that help you out. Don't go through long routes where you can't make plays. Go through certain routes where you can get more kills. And at the same time, if you're an assault rifle player and you're like, okay, they're all on B domination flag, what can I do? Okay, I know this map, there's a great head glitch there, I'm going to stand there and position myself. So that's how you use the both hand in hand, and it's a great way to get more kills, more victories, and overall have more fun in the game. I think that's it, but we're going to go through one more tip regardless. I don't know, this probably is the 10th tip. Use your secondary effectively. Use your secondary, okay? Whether it's a pistol, whether it's a knife, whatever you're using as your secondary, make sure to utilize it. The amount of times I see people run out of ammo and start to panic and start to reload instead of using their pistol is actually crazy. The pistols are so good in this game, especially the Renetti. If you can use the Renetti, it's ridiculous, a 3 burst weapon. It's literally like a mini AR. So let's say you're in a gunfight, as you're seeing in some of these clips here. I've got an assault rifle or a submachine gun. As soon as I run out of ammo, instead of reloading and basically being vulnerable, for the next few seconds, I'm going to use my pistol as its own weapon. Get confident, get comfortable with using your equipment, you're using your pistol, and really utilizing your whole class setup to your advantage. If you have a knife and you're running around the map, make sure to use the knife. You're going to be a lot faster than you are with an assault rifle, okay? So make sure to utilize your equipment, utilize your map, all this good stuff, and you should be good to go. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. It took me a while to make, so I would appreciate if you guys dropped a like. If you did enjoy, make sure to subscribe. Let me know down in the comments what you want to see next time, and I'll have another video out for you tomorrow. Hope you guys have a fantastic evening, and I'll catch you guys then. Peace.